Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of building a piece of furniture to try and sell it, we're going to be building a piece of furniture to give away as a gift. So some of y'all may not know, but let's see if I can get over here. We're actually extending the shop out another 1,500 square feet. So I can get my office out of my master bedroom, have my own office out here, have some storage out here. But the biggest thing is we're doing woodworking and metalworking in the same shop, and it's kind of a fire hazard. Imagine sawdust and a plasma table don't exactly work well together. So we're gonna have a dedicated woodworking side and we're gonna have a dedicated metalworking side. And plus, I just need more room. I've got my 1,000 square foot barn at the back of the property. I've got stuff in there that I really need in the shop and stuff like that. But anyways, that's all coming in a future video. Now, everything on the shop extension, I can pretty much do myself. I've already got the steel trusses up, all that stuff. Like y'all seen in this shop, I can do all the wiring. I can do all that stuff. No big deal. What I can't do is the concrete. And when I was getting quotes to do 1,500 square feet of concrete back there, it was over $20,000. So of course that would completely kill the budget and make it impossible to do the shop extension. But my point is, I wouldn't be able to make this happen if my neighbor, who's a concrete guy, wasn't helping me out. He has been over here with shovels and skid steers. We had to build a base 14 inches up so that the concrete slab from here is just flush with the new shop extension. So I don't have a dramatic step down, which I really didn't want. So we had to bring in 4 dump truck loads of base to build it up. He's already got the forms in and all that stuff. And yeah, over the last couple of years, I've helped his family with a few projects and things like that. Like we're building a rear patio cover and front patio cover over there right now. But I don't feel like I've done so much that I'm owed free work for him to skip out on going somewhere where he could make money and instead come over here and jack with my stuff for free. And I try to pay him, he won't accept payment. So I've been trying to come up with an idea of something that I could give him just to say, I appreciate you and thank you for what you've been doing. Now, like I mentioned before, I've been helping him build a front and rear patio cover. We're doing a 20 by 40 on the rear. He's going to have kind of a patio entertaining area, barbecue and all that stuff back there. So I was thinking maybe I could build something for that area out there. Now he's got horses. He's got a very Western theme going. When I seen these the other day driving home, someone had them out in their yard for sale. The idea hit me. So my granddad used to have this wagon swing. It had wagon wheels on both sides, pipes going up, horseshoe hooks hanging off of it, wood base swing in the middle. I was thinking, man, I could build that'd be great, and that would fit his Western theme, and it would go with his outdoor patio area and have another seating place. So coming across them inspired me. Now we're gonna build it for him. Now the first thing I have to do is get the pipes cut for the frame. I'm just going through right now making me a template that I can put around the pipe so that all my cuts are the exact same. If you've ever cut pipe to fit pipe, it can be tedious going back and forth getting that perfect fit where it doesn't have big gaps. Making a template like this is just going to save me a lot of time down the road. Now I'm just going through and cutting and grinding out the grooves. Check the fit. It could use a little bit of adjustment, so we're going to add a little bit more. This is what I meant about it to save time. If I was doing that on a pipe that I was about to weld, this is a lot of back and forth. Being able to have a template and just cut it one time is going to save me a lot of time. There we go. Now we got the perfect fit. Now it's time to cut it in half so we can sleeve it over our pipe. Now instead of just cutting it in half and trying to line the pieces back up, I'm just going to cut one side first, and then I'm going to weld my hinge on. Then after the hinge is welded on, I'm going to flip it over and make my final cut. Now I'm going to dunk it in some water to get it cooled off and then show you what we ended up with. And there you go. We got us a little template. We'll just open this and wrap it around our pipes. like you see me doing here. First time doing it, it may need a little persuading to get it to fit correctly, but once you have it on there, then you can just mark your cuts. You'll notice I also mark a line down the center of the pipe too. That way I can line it up perfectly on the other end. See, I'm going to put a line right here where the hinge is at. That way I can line the other side up perfectly straight. Now time to just go through and cut them all out. Now we can lay it out and check our fit. Very nice fit. Now I want the same overhang for both sides, so I'm just going to go through and measure and mark them. This overhang is for some decorative ideas I have, you'll see here in just a bit. Now time to get the pipe squared up. And just weld them in place. That white dog that you see in the background is actually my neighbor's sheepdog. She comes and hangs out with me during the day. Now I'm cutting 3x3 angle iron. This stuff is really thick and heavy, so I think it'll be a really good base to keep the swing nice and stable. Time to fit the wagon wheels. This one's sticking out a little far, so I'm going to cut some of the, I guess it would be a hub, off. Plus it's going to give me a wider surface to weld it to the pipe. Now we're going to use some decorative horseshoes on the top. This is going to be an attachment point along with adding some decor to it. I get these horseshoes at Atwood's at $3 a piece. Now I'm just going to go through and weld some caps to the end of the pipe to seal it off. A little bit larger horseshoe here. We're going to have some decorative pieces hanging off the ends. Oh, it's Emily's fault I didn't film any of that. Whatever. Had her out here help me put that up there. I just cut that plate out on my CNC and then welded it in up there to give it a little more Western theme. But that's my neighbor on his horse, his cows with the new babies that are over there, and Pancho, his little mini donkey. So I thought that'd be cool to put in there. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to add a horseshoe right here on each side, just give it a little bit more structure. Then I'm figuring about right here for our chains. I don't want to make it too big, and when it's swinging, you know, possibility of arm or bench or anything hit here. So I went 8 inches in. I hope that's enough. But also we can tilt the chain in at an angle a little bit if we need to make the bench a little bit smaller, or if we need to make it wider, the chain can come out a little bit. So it gives us a little bit of room for play. But it is very, very similar to the one that my grandfather had for years and years. So. And I love that bench, so it's kind of cool getting to recreate it. And I have no idea where he got that thing from. All right, now it's time to start building the bench. I just cut out a little bit of a curved shape on my CNC table. I wanted the seat bottom to have that little bit of a curve to it just for comfort. Now I'm just tacking that curve shape to some 3-inch steel and bending it around to match the curve. Now, if I was going to sit down and design a bench to build and order parts for it, I of course wouldn't build it this way. But for this project, we're using scrap pieces I have around the shop, so I'm just being creative with what I got and making it work. I had an idea for these horseshoes hanging off the end. I wanted to hang some decorative kerosene lanterns off of them, and I needed to cut a little bit of a notch to give them a place to hang. I think this is going to really add some character to this piece. Now I'm just welding the base to the backing. So if you haven't heard yet, yes, Emily is pregnant. She is actually carrying as a surrogate. So I just wanted to take a minute and say how proud I am of her. This is something she's wanted to do for a really long time, not just something talked about in passing, but something that's been on her heart for a while. And she was getting pretty close to aging out of being able to do this all together, so we decided if we were going to do it, now's the time to do it. For those of y'all that may be curious of how it works, they create an embryo from mom and dad, so Emily isn't biologically related to the baby. She's pretty much just given it a safe place to grow until it's ready to come into this world. It takes a really big heart to do something like this, and I couldn't be prouder of Emily. This world is very blessed to have someone like her in it, and I feel lucky every day that she's in my life.
I got a belly, so there's pressure. But I mean, this. I know, but this is definitely comfortable here.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're wanting a little bit straighter, this is good for that. But I do feel like I'm kind of having to slump a little bit.
Like I said, I can tilt it back with the chains a little bit if I need to.
Okay.
Let me see.